Hello everybody, my name is Big Citrus and let's get into it. In June of 2020, one of the biggest streamers on the entirety of Twitch, which was a booming platform at the time due to COVID-19, Dr. Disrespect, was randomly banned and dropped by the company that he had signed with for like $1 billion. At the time, no one was necessarily surprised. A lot of big streamers had gotten randomly banned on Twitch for reasons that were very, very stupid. However, Dr. Disrespect wasn't just banned from Twitch, his big lucrative contract was completely severed. The ties were cut. People had heavily speculated the reasons why he was banned from Twitch. Many people who had a lot of news and information in these spaces refused to even talk about the reason he was banned from Twitch. Obviously, people had speculated it had to do something with him cheating on his wife because, you know, of this hilarious clip.
Hey guys, a little bit of an announcement. As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid, and I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful and taking some time away, time off. I'm gonna take time off to focus on my family, and I apologize to you guys, my sponsors and Twitch. And this is not who I am. It's not what I represent, and that's it.
I don't know, maybe I'm a heartless asshole, but this shit will never not be funny to me. A whole 4 years went by, and Dr. Disrespect's career went okay after the Twitch ban. Dr. Disrespect followed in a lot of his companions' footsteps like Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx and decided to stream exclusively on big ol' YouTube. And his streams mostly went well. He got major partnerships with big companies like Mountain Dew and the NFL, you know, right in the core audience. And while his numbers were never quite as big at his peak before the Twitch ban incident that left kind of a sour taste in some people's mouths, he still had a pretty lucrative and promising streaming career. Dr. Disrespect's main appeal was the character of Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect, born Herschel Beam IV, or Guy Beam IV, it's weird, no one's not exactly sure what his name is. The man, appealed very heavily to the Call of Duty crowd. Anybody who would come home, crack open a monster, punch some drywall, yell at their stepmom for taking away their vape, would probably be a big fan of Dr. Disrespect and his character. Dr. Disrespect's main character and gimmick on Twitch was just being an arrogant asshole. That's basically all there is. And it's entertaining to watch for the most part because he was fairly skilled at video games and had an actual real background in college basketball. And I'll give him this, man had a unique look and he's stuck to the gimmick for years. He would never break character and he would always be super dialed into the performance, except for that one time. Building up an audience of 5 million followers is definitely no easy feat, but within about the last 48 hours, I'm pretty sure all that hard work just faded away like when you beat a boss in Elden Ring.
You know how we run things here.
Dr. Disrespect recently has not really been a stranger to controversy. He kind of rode the whole dog whistling grifter train of just anti-LGBT stuff and anti-trans stuff like his friend Nick Merckx and just spouting some really boomer opinions, which, you know, makes sense given that he's 42. This number will become important later. The two-time back-to-back champ of the doc, within the last 48 hours, basically destroyed his career and has given the perfect example of how to not navigate your way through a scandal.
For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. I already said what I needed to say. I don't give a about this guy. That's it.
No, I'm serious. It's genuinely insane to me how poorly he has handled this. His personal lawyer is about to be doing a backflip off the Empire State Building in an hour here. Let me just make this as fast-paced and as simple as possible. A former Twitch employee by the name of Cody Connors came out and said the following. Dr. Disrespect got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product, which was basically just a way to message people on Twitch. He was trying to meet up with said minor at TwitchCon. The powers that could be read in plain text, case closed, gang. Like I said, this was a former Twitch employee, so all the NDAs by this point were probably expiring, which basically means he's allowed to talk about things now. And bro just decided to go off on Dr. Disrespect, and more importantly, one of the big Twitter news accounts that you always see, Jake Lucky, decided to report on it, and that's when the doc himself decided to respond to a tweet saying, Jake, seriously, I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged. What the fuck do you mean no wrongdoing was acknowledged? And they paid out the whole contract. Huh? Bro doesn't say, I didn't do it, I'm innocent. Bro doesn't say, you are reporting on a story that there's no evidence about. This is a ludicrous claim. Bro says, no wrongdoing was acknowledged. The fuck? That's strike one for Dr. Disrespect. Immediately from the story breaking, everyone seeing it on their Twitter feed, everyone going to cover on YouTube and TikTok like me, instantaneously, he made himself seem like he was guilty. And that was just 4 fucking days ago. He tried to have the Patrick Bateman, you know, Sigma male response the next day by saying, I'm tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I need to say what I can since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. He keeps bringing up the point that Twitch paid out his contract. Now, I don't know if any of you know any legalese stuff. The only real reason that Twitch would pay him and buy him out of his contract was because they wanted to cut ties with him. That was not a financially beneficial thing for Twitch to do. You know, that cost them a lot of money in the long run, but they realized it would cost them even more money if this person who was like the face of their company at the time got entangled in a major sex scandal. He really thought that him being paid out of the contract made him safe, and that's just not how that works. This is the obvious writing on the wall. I love how he tries to end it with Elden Ring Monday. He's just trying to cash in on the hype of the DLC. Shadow of the Erd Tree is really good, by the way. It's hard as fuck, but what did you expect? That was strike 2. Everyone had their eyes glued to the Doc's Twitter feed, seeing if he was gonna make a mistake or fuck up. People were speculating and speculating on exactly what happened. Multiple sources came through and kind of talked about, well, you know, there's confirmation that he was texting an underage girl, but no one said he was sending pictures of his cock and balls to her. At the moment, this was all speculation, and you even had idiot dumb fucks like Killer Keemstar not on his side. When this motherfucker is not on your side, and you're one of the most annoying beta male pandering motherfuckers on the site, and you don't have this motherfucker on your side, you have done something severely wrong. You had a fair amount of fans who were standing up for the Doc, and you had a fair amount of fans who were saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on? Longtime friend of the Doc, notorious shit-eater and human thumb, Nick Merckx, went on Twitter, made a video, said some boomer stuff about pronouns, and said, guys, innocent until proven guilty.
Yo, checking in. Look, I open Twitter. Bunch of mom mentions her. He, they, she, hey, they, fucking, I identify as a helicopter. God damn it. And I seen the couple tweets about the Doc. I'm as taken back as a lot of you guys are, okay? But the fact remains that these are some crazy accusations. Crazy. Big time accusations. And until we know more, until we know them as fact, until they've been proven with evidence, what are we talking about? What's anybody talking about? As far as the leave little kids alone stuff, this doesn't make it any further from the truth. Leave little children out of your shit.
The day before today, you know, he made a video talking about, Elden Ring DLC. Guys, will this be the first DLC that wins Game of the Year? I'm so hyped. He had one of those posters he probably paid someone like $300 to make. But the pressure kept building and building and building. Doc could feel the pressure. The usual people were making their videos. Hell, it even got my lazy ass up to make a video, but that's only because of what happened today. He felt like he had to respond. And I mean, he totally did. Honestly, this is the thing. If he had nothing positive to say, the smartest thing for the Doc to do would have just been to walk away and let the story die. Let people speculate on their own. But instead, he picked up a Barrett 50 cal sniper and shot himself directly in the pussy. Bro got dropped by his own gaming company. He had to say something because he could feel a sharp pain in his bank account. I would recommend that you pause and read all of this if you want the full story, but I can just give you the TLDR if you so wish. I would like to point out that these are the edited versions of the tweet. He originally had the specific word minor in the first statement, then edited out, and then put it back in, which I think is quite funny. So here's the thing. People wanted Dr. Disrespect to fail. He had been building up a negative energy around him and his fan base for some time. The thing is, his commitment to stay in character ultimately hurt him. If your character is you being an arrogant douchebag, and you commit to that character 100% of the time and refuse to break that character, even in serious situations, people are just gonna think you're an arrogant douchebag. And I think at his core, Dr. Disrespect, the man, is just a dumb asshole. Did you want to know what's really bad when you're a dumb asshole? When you're a successful, rich dumb asshole. Especially if you're like an internet personality. That's just the cherry on top. Disdain towards people who get famous on the internet, especially in the way Dr. Disrespect did, has just been growing and growing for years. Now, the only thing that could have really hurt Dr. Disrespect is if he outwardly admitted fault himself. He could have played the whole innocent until proven guilty angle. They preying on my downfall, lol. They just want to see me fail because they hate me because they ain't me. That's all he had to do. According to him, there was no actual proof. Oh my god. This is probably the worst response we will ever see to a major crisis like this. Not that I'm saying that you should try and get away with, you know, attempting to groom a minor, but, you know, if you ever did, I guess don't do what he did. This main paragraph is the only one I'm going to read out loud in full because it is a fucking doozy. After he goes on about saying apologies, blah, 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 saying, oh, I left people in the dark, everyone wants to know the truth, he says this. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Do I even need to keep going? Whatever. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much into the direction of being inappropriate. But nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that was the case resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Ah yes, because the true key telling factor in you being innocent or guilty is if you were ever charged with a crime. That's how the world works. He ends the paragraph by apologizing and saying, please don't take away more of my sponsorships and stop watching my streams, please! And says he's gonna take an extended vacation with his family and saying, they want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. Oh, buddy. You did not know how people were going to respond to this, did you? The thing is, I don't know if he expected the way his friends would respond. Ninja, Tim the Tatman, and yes, even Nick Merckx, who were all very adamantly on the, stay behind your friends, innocent until proven guilty, back your homies train. They all collectively agreed, yeah, that's fucked up.
Doc literally addressed it and came out with it. Let's read it. I get it. I think Doc was trying to be, overly aggressive towards people that were, making these crazy accusations and, try to defend himself, right? I do think that he can become a better person and change from this, right? But it doesn't... When you're in the position like us, dude, it's just so important to be a good role model. Yeah, just being a good person, man, it's just so important. That's all I'll say.
I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years. My bottom line, I think, is if what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate. If he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that. This is unfortunate to say the least. This is awful. So
seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, just to be blunt and straightforward, man. That's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? Can't support it. I can't defend it. And look, the boys and I are torn up over it too.
Imagine being in the position Dr. Disrespect it was. You had an entire army of dumbasses who just don't want to see this poor millionaire streamer get in trouble and will back you and glaze you endlessly. And all you had to do was not admit any wrongdoing of your own, which yes, isn't the right thing to do. And you could have just had everyone, including your friends, have your back forever, except for the people who already hated you and where even if you had some sort of proof you didn't do it, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. That's all you had to do. Just shut the fuck up. But that's the thing about the Dr. Disrespect character. He doesn't shut the fuck up. If the whole dressed up like a lumberjack crying about being unfaithful to his wife thing didn't assassinate his character and his career, this certainly will. Cheating on your wife and owning up to it? Yeah, sure. That's a mistake that you can come back from. I feel like that's a lot more relatable. It's very shitty, but people have made mistakes in relationships, especially in long marriages. That happens. People don't usually fuck children. I'm kidding, I know. I know he didn't actually, quote unquote, have any sexual contact with a minor. But now the thing is, now that he has opened him up to the vicissitudes of public opinion, we don't know how far this went. You had flirtatious conversations with an underage girl, and you say they never went any further than that. But why? How are we sure you haven't done this with other women? And no matter what, for the rest of his life, any single thing he's accused of, people are automatically going to believe that he did it because of this scenario. All of those millions of dollars in sponsorships and ad revenue, gone. Just like that. People talk a lot about cancel culture, and I think this is one of the only few times that cancel culture is actually going to work. There's a lot of scenarios like this where, yeah, people just forget after 2 weeks. But here's the thing. When it comes to, grooming children, people don't usually forget. I know some people thought everyone was gonna forget about Drake being called a pedophile, finally getting called out for the shitty things he did. But, yeah, that train doesn't seem like it's going away anytime soon, and that's the attitude we need to keep up. Here's the thing. Did Dr. Disrespect deserve any of this hate, backlash, and targeting? Yes. Bro proved himself to be the character he was playing, and then when he got caught doing a shitty thing, tried to play it off as that character. and it didn't work. I don't know if I necessarily hate the man behind the Dr. Disrespect character. I respect someone who can stay in a role for that long. I respect people who commit to the bit. The character of Dr. Disrespect, I'm sure happy that guy's not going to be around anymore. It's the Schrodinger's douchebag thing. I'm not being an asshole, I'm just joking. But also, like, if you get offended, you're just a bitch. But hey, he'll probably get banned off of streaming YouTube here, and at least then he could be back to back at something again. If you're at all a Call of Duty fan, which I'm going to guess if you're maybe watching this video about Dr. Disrespect, you probably are. I made a pretty interesting video essay on Call of Duty and kind of just on the downfall of the relevancy of the entire franchise. So you want to go give that a watch, go ahead. And honestly, do leave me your opinions in the comments below. Look, I gave you a lot of my opinions on this guy, and I'm sure there are going to be people in the comments who defend him, and I would at least be interested to hear your opinions. I know it isn't Christmas. I know it ain't Christmas. But I'm on your bitch's wish list. I'm stunting on him, fucking on him. Oh, yeah, I got something on him. I know that y'all wanna. I know y'all fucking wanna. I know it isn't Christmas. Ain't no Santa Claus, ain't no Santa Claus. But my bitch is on your wish list. She's stunting on him, fucking on him. Yeah, she got something on him. I know that y'all